Hello everyone. Today I will be speaking about a grasping plugin, which is a Gazebo plugin, which would help us to uh, simulate uh, pick and place much easier. So the main motivation here for using this plugin is that when we try to pick an object, for example, just like the pawn here, we would not be able to grip it in such a way that we could lift it and then place it. It's mainly because the friction parameters which we try to define there might not exactly relate to how much force is required to lift that particular piece, and hence we might need to use some other trick in order to solve this problem. So here we'll be talking about the steps which we go through to make sure that when we do a uh, pick in place, we have the coin stuck to the gripper. So one thing here we have to look into is that in our world file, we have each of these individual chess pieces defined as a model. And these models needs to are defined with several parameters, and one important parameter is the kinematic. And if this particular parameter is set to 1, it will never move with respect to any force on the in the simulation environment. For example, if I just pick this particular piece and leave it in the air, it will just stay on top and it will never be affected by the gravitational force. So this was one of the main problems which I was facing earlier, that no individual chess pieces moved at all. So by understanding this particular parameter and changing that to 0 from 1 um, makes it more realistic, and then we could pick up these pieces and uh, place it anywhere in our simulation. The next thing what I want to talk about is the grasping plugin. This particular plugin is mainly useful because of uh, two reasons. One is that we will not be able to find out the exact friction parameters and the right amount of force uh, to pick it up. So what this plugin does is that it checks if there is any contact made with the gripper and the chess piece. And if there is certain number of contacts, and if it's more, and if the angle between those contacts is more than 90 degrees, then it would just convert the link between that particular chess piece and the gripper as a fixed link. So effectively what it does is that it makes the chess piece as a part of the robot and it fixes it to the gripper. So in this way, it will never fall down when it is in the grasp. Uh, so that's one of the major advantage of using this to simulate pick and place. Just to explain this, gripper has um, palm links and the gripper links. The gripper links are those links which are effectively in contact, and the palm links are those which support these gripper links. In order for you to explore a little bit more, I have provided this link in the video description below so that you can check this out. This is the original source of this plugin, and there is a good wiki page which explains each and every parameter here and how to modify it for your requirement. Some important key points to be considered while doing this is that we need to find the right offset for the gripper, else there would be too much force and it might just tip the chess piece and it'll be a disaster to control it and bring it back to the right position. And the second one is that the collision for these models should be well defined. If they are not well defined, this plugin will not work. The third point is that controller used for this gripper must be an effort controller. Uh, that what that means is that if we have a position based controller, the gripper would try to move um, to the desired position. Um, that is, it would be trying to move past the position boundaries, um, and it will never stop until it has reached that position. But in reality, we would have to uh, apply an extra amount of force uh, in order to grasp it. So the effort controller, what it does is that it provides that force which develops that frictional force which we use for grasping, and that's exactly why we need to use effort-based controller and not a position-based controller for the gripper. So if we sort all these things out, then we would be able to actually simulate the pick and place much easier, and this physics will start to make sense, and uh, we would be able to move the chess pieces which we need in order to have the robot play chess with another person. So this is the simulation after changing the kinematic to 0 and then adding the grasping plugin. This would fix to the gripper and then it will move it efficiently uh, to our desired location. Still, one thing which I uh, face a problem is that this grasping plugin is not very effective if the chess pieces are not accurately placed at the desired location. So I would be trying to learn a little bit more about this plugin and its minor details so that I could be able to uh, grasp a particular coin, um, even if it is slightly displaced from the center. And apart from that, I would be looking into the Stockfish AI in order to uh, derive the next moves um, based on the chess engine, and then also integrating a camera to determine the locations of each particular coin in the chessboard. Thank you, everyone.